topic of agronomy, which we will study about. Introduction. Harvesting is the process of collecting the mature rice crop from the field. Means here I am telling the specific harvesting about the rice or some wheat about the cereals, and these are the basic processes of harvesting which can be applied to any other crop. And the processes or the steps involved in harvesting are cutting, means the panicles and straw are being cut down. Next, hauling, moving the cut crop to the threshing location, and then we will thresh it out by separating the paddy grain from the rest of the cut crop. Means here we will remove the waste. Cleaning, removing immature, unfilled and non-grain materials. Means in which apart from the waste, the grains which are not suitable to supply or eat, these are removed, and then field drying. It is an optional process which we can do, leaving the cut crop in the field and exposing it to the sun for drying, so that any microbial activity will stop if it is going on in the crop itself. And next is stacking or filling. This is also optional. It is a temporarily storing the harvested crop in stacks of piles. Means it is necessary to manage the crop and stabilize them in proper stacks of piles so that they are not scattered all around, and no loss of crop should be there if we do all the processes in a disciplined manner. Next is harvesting systems. How can we harvest? Those were the process of harvesting, but how we will do the steps or how we will follow the processes. This is first manual system, means manually we can do that. But this required labor requirement 48% days per hectare. Means if we want to harvest 1 hectare of crop, then we will need 48% days. Means 48 persons which will work for 1 day. Next, manual cutting, machine harvesting. Means it is the combination, means the cutting will be done manually, means the crop will cut it from the field manually, and then the threshing, the separating of those waste material, outer covering of the grains by machine. Is here labor requirement is decreased to 28% days per hectare, but and capital cost increases as $1 per thousand. Winnowing and cleaning are optional, that we will do with the wheat something to remove out the dust particles and all. Next are machine cutting and machine threshing. In this, the labor requirement is very less, because here we only need labor to operate the machinery. Here the cutting will be done by machines, and the threshing will be also done by machine. Here capital cost increases to $250. In the combine harvesting, means this is the one equipment or one machinery in which the cutting, hauling, threshing, cleaning are combined and will be done only by one person or a group of person which will handle that machinery, and here all the processes are done step by step simultaneously. Here the capacity is greater than 0.5 hectare per hour, means in 1 hour it can cut or it can we can obtain the crop of half hectare in 1 hour. Means if we want to get the crop from 1 hectare of field, then 2 hours will be needed if this machinery is used. Labor requirement is only one operator which will operate this machine, and capital cost will increase drastically, that is $250,000. This is very big amount. And then when to harvest. We should also know when is the correct time to harvest the crop, because before the correct time the grains will not be matured, and after the optimum time the grain will start to dry, or they will be not of use. And we will harvest rice when 20 to 25% grain moisture, means 70 to 75% grain moisture should be evaporated from the grain, and their straw colored 80 to 85% straw will be colored, means somewhat the color should be loss of the straw, and the grains in the lower part of the panicle are in the hard dough stage, means the grains should become hard of the lower panicle sides, and usually after 30 days of flowering. Here manual cutting and hauling, means here we will cut manually. It will require 0.07 hectare per person day. Advantages means effective in lost crop, means where the crop is somewhat damaged or destroyed, it can be done, and less weather dependent, means it does not depend on weather because you can work in any condition. Problems: high labor cost, labor will be more and this will cost more. Labor dependent, competes with other operations in peak season. If peak season is there, then labor will charges high salary because they have to do more amount of work and they are getting more job opportunities, because this is the seasonal employment. Agriculture is a seasonal employment, and here there is some time where we do not have any work to do, and but sometime it's also there when that is called the peak season and so much amount of work is have to be done, but the number of person or the labor which are doing the operation are limited, so they will increase their salary. So where they will get more amount for their work, they will go there and do that. And winnowing, cleaning necessary. Here cleaning and winnowing necessary because in machinery this will be done by the machine itself after cutting, but in manually we have to do this as a separate process. Here also manual threshing also requires 50% days per hectare. Threshing by impact, high shattering losses, pre-drying multi-period. Means before threshing we have to dry the crop after harvesting. Next is pedal thresher is also available here. Capacity principle is wire loop threshing drum, means this type of wire loops are fixed on a drum. They are used to thresh the crop, mainly combine the grains of the straw, some threshing by impact. Advantages: maintains the straw will not be broken down. Disadvantage: needs winnowing after threshing, means when we will uh, have to separate another impurities that come at the time of threshing, that is called the winnowing. This axial-flow thresher, here threshing through impact. The large range of sizes available, and with or without cleaner. This comes in two options, with cleaner or without cleaner, and truck mounted units are here like this. Advantages: can thresh wet crop as compared to this pedal thresher. Here we have to but here it can thresh wet crop, and it is also compact. Its losses during cutting, because we are cutting or manually or by machinery method, there's something losses also there, and these are first shattering losses. Premature shedding of mature grain, means before harvesting the crops are get matured, and the matured grains are start shattering from the plant, and the crop is lost, and this is caused by the birds, wind, rat, and handling operations. Certain rice varieties shatter more easily than others, and that is why we have to harvest the crop at the right time, because after that the grains start to shatter out and we will gradually lose the whole crop. Next is lodging crop. Plants with mature grains in the panicles falls on the ground, making the grains difficult to recover. they will fall on the ground, making the grains difficult to recover, because we cannot pick an individual grain from the ground and then accumulating it in an area. This will require very major labor cost and more effort. And then next is standing crop loss. These standing plants with mature grains are left standing in the field after harvesting operations. Means if after harvesting the crop we leave the crop in the fields without accumulating them or storing them in a safe region in rows or stacks, then oversight because of carelessness the crop will be lost. Losses during threshing, that was the losses during harvesting. Here threshing, separation loss or blower loss, mature grains that are mixed with straw or chaff during the cleaning operation, means the outer layer, or that is called the chaff, that is separated during the process of threshing from the main grain. The main grain mixed with the chaff, and that is lost because we cannot from from the chaff. Next is scatter loss, mature grains that are scattered on the ground during the threshing or cleaning operation, means the grains scattered on the ground simply. And then threshing loss, mature grains that remain attached to the panicle in the straw, means the grains are still attached to their panicle or they are still inside their shaft, so and become waste, because high threshing efficiency will lead to low threshing loss and vice versa. Means the threshing efficiency should be high to avoid the loss. Recommendation for optimizing quality, means quality, to maintain the quality of the grains of the crop, we have to maintain some things or recommendations for optimizing the quality. First, harvest at the right time and moisture content, because this is the most important thing. We have to harvest in the right time and when the moisture content is perfect for harvest. And then avoid stacking the cut crop in the field, because any time the rain should appear and the field and your whole crop will be damaged because of rain. This is very common, because after harvesting the fully matured crop left in the field and the crop destroyed. Avoid delays in threshing after harvesting, because this is after harvesting you have to do threshing, because after harvesting if we leave it the crop as it is, then the crop or the grain will becoming damaged and lost the crop. And use the proper machine settings when using a threshing machine, means the operator of the machine should be good, and clean the grain properly after threshing. Cleaning is important, and avoid delay in drying after threshing. Means you should dry, because if you will not dry the crop after threshing, then the moisture content can destroy the crop and microbial activity can infect the crop. Thank you.